Hello everybody, welcome to the Michael Finkley Show. I'm Michael Finkley. Today is Monday, June 22nd, 2020. We just experienced a brand new season. It's summer. Summer happened this past Saturday. It's a brand new week of newness and new energy, positivity, in spite of what goes on in the world today. There's always positivity in a negative situation, but you just have to find it. Thank you so much for watching this week. If you not have already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Finkley Experience, and ring that bell for notifications, and you will be the first to receive a notification via email that we have uploaded a new show. Whew. I was looking at some things earlier this week as I was getting ready for this week's show, and we're already in our second month. Can you believe it? We started April 13th and we're already in our second month. It's just, time flies when you're having fun, right? So I just want to say thank you again to all the subscribers. Thank you to all the viewers, all to my guests that have been on thus far. You made this possible. You made this little country boy's dream come true, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're continuing our month of college readiness. Whoop, whoop. College readiness. We're continuing this week, and we have an awesome guest with us today. His name is Antonio McFarland. He has been an admission counselor for 14 years and at various institutions in higher education, and he has been educating students on the college process for many years by way of what he did professionally, what he does professionally, and also on his own right, and just preparing students for college. And he has an awesome book called College is Possible, in which he will talk about in his interview. So again, I hope that you all are getting something from this series of college readiness. Those that want to go to college, please take heed to all the information that is being said throughout this month-long series. Those students that are not quite prepared, and that's okay. I always told myself, I said that, if you're not ready for college, don't go. If college is not your thing, then what is your thing? Find that fit that fits you. Find that personal fit that fits you. College is not for everybody, and we get it. We get it. But what are you good at? Make what you're good at and what you're passionate about your dream career. My mom always told my sisters and I to aim for a career instead of a job. Aim for that career. All right. You are in charge of what you do. All right. You're the master of your fate. You're the captain of your soul. You are it. So you find your niche, you find your take, you find whatever it needs for you to get that energy, those juices flowing through you. Okay. Don't allow anyone to stop you from getting where you need to be. That's what happens in life. We allow people to just stop us. And sometimes by watching other people, we can stop ourselves. So I'm telling you, find your niche. Don't allow people to stop you, and just go forward. You never know that you be the next person to have the next $1 million idea. You never know. You never ever know. Okay, so please go forward. I was talking with someone today actually, and I'm doing some things this summer, as in like teaching on my own time, and I was talking with this individual, and they just proceeded to say that, hey, I am director of so-and-so, and I would love to. I told them about my book. I didn't realize that she had this rank right in her position. And so I was telling her about my book, my college readiness book, and she just proceeded to say that, oh my gosh, we want your book. Okay, without hesitation, we're going to buy your book. We're going to buy your book for our students. Whoa. So what may not be a grand idea that you pitch to the first person, the next person may say, I'm going to invest in you. I want what you have. I'm team you. So let's do it. Okay. No bad idea. There's no such thing, I feel. If you execute right, if you're passionate about it and you're working towards it, do it. Someone's waiting on you. Seriously, someone's waiting on you. Okay. So again, we're continuing on this awesome series of college readiness, and the next voice you will hear after our commercial break will be of Mr. Antonio McFarland. More to come. We'll be right back. Next, we'll be talking with Mr. Antonio McFarland about college readiness. We'll be right back. On the next Michael Finkley, to finish off our college readiness series, we have Dr. Eve Hudson as she talks about her amazing work with first generation students. And we have Sean Glover, our financial advisor, to give you more information about financial literacy. It's a show you don't want to miss on the next Michael Finkley.
Welcome back, everybody. So we decided to change this conversation and bring it outside because it's such a good day in South Carolina today. And we have an awesome person here with us today. He is the guru, I feel, the guru of college readiness, Mr. Antonio McFarland. Antonio, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hey, man, thank you for inviting me. Happy to be here.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I learn from you in the shadows. I really do. I really do.
Okay.
So, Antonio, how did you start within the profession of college readiness? Because we know that this is something that you don't major in, you don't go looking for it. It kind of finds you. So how did you start?
Well, so I actually got my feet wet. As a Call Me Mister recruiting for them. I was a Call Me Mister in undergrad, and we had to go out and do presentations recruiting other African American males to enter the public schools to teach. So that's where I really got my first, sniff of recruiting. But I've been in the public schools for 5 years working, and then I transitioned into higher ed. And it was just something that I knew I would enjoy, I knew I would love, and I really took a stab at it and just started working. I got my first opportunity in Sumter, actually at USC Sumter, and working there really opened my eyes, and I got my first experience there. So this is year 14 for me. And so, it's been a great journey. And so I kind of fell into admissions, but I knew that it was something I could travel and just enjoy interacting with people and really helping and recruit for a great cause. So that's how I started, and I continue to do what I love, man.
That's awesome. And you mentioned that you started off at USC Sumter.
Yes.
And a lot of persons know you from Claflin University, which is a very prominent HBCU in South Carolina. So talk about both of those experiences, HBCU versus, as we call them, PWIs.
Right. So, like I said, I did a few years at USC Sumter, which is a 2-year regional campus of the University of South Carolina system. And then I transitioned, left there, and went to USC Beaufort, which is a 4-year regional campus of the USC system. And so both of them being, predominantly white. And then I went back home for the past 8 years as the assistant director at Claflin University. So those experiences really prepared me for this moment. You know what I'm saying? Even with my book, even with, me just having the idea to write a book, all of these experiences, these 14, 15 years of experience prepared me for this moment. You know what I'm saying? And so it's really been a great, all of those experiences been great, I think. Working at a predominantly white institution and working at a historically Black college is totally different, of course, but it's different in a good way, I would say. But I even when I'm doing college planning sessions, I have to tell students, it's more so fit. You have to find that school where you fit. So there are some students that can maneuver and fit at a PWI, and there's some that just will excel and soar at an HBCU. So it really those experiences has been just really great, man. It's been a great journey. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And as you talk about it, you can tell that you're very passionate about it because it just shows. It really, really shows. You're helping the next generation
Oh
become
man.
great in their own right, which is self-fulfilling in itself.
Absolutely. I mean, just I count it like a privilege. I get to go all over the country, um, interacting with students and helping them understand the power
Mhm.
of education. You know what I'm saying? And what that looks like and what college preparation can actually afford them if they plan early. So I get to do something that I enjoy, that I love, and it's been great, man. It's been great.
Oh wow, it shows. So as you know, across the globe, everyone is talking about the pandemic that's happening.
Mhm.
What are some trends that you're seeing now when it comes to college admissions that have that this pandemic has affected?
Well, of course, with this pandemic that's occurred or is happening, it had to prepare colleges on really, really being online. Being up to date with technology, having students to really leave a university, leave their home away from home abruptly, and to actually so the colleges have really had to step up. There's some colleges that are up to date and are already fast paced with the technology, and then there's some that had to really quickly, grasp with, okay, we got to get students online. They can't be on campus. So even with the recruiting now, recruiting is becoming something. It's changing. A lot of the things are now becoming virtual. You're actually doing a lot of virtual seminars that instead of campus tours, you're actually doing virtual campus tours now. Even with gearing up for students to arrive on campus in the fall, if that's the case, you're having early registration online. You're having to do a lot of things virtually, even prior to even arriving on campus. So hopefully, the rising, the upcoming freshmen are really ready and prepared to, especially if they have not stepped foot on the campus. I hope they at least had an opportunity prior to this epidemic to just visit the campus. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be key. Even in the college planning preparation, you have to visit the school. But now, because of the epidemic, you're having colleges to actually meet the student where they are and actually do it virtually. So there's a lot of changes that we're gearing up for, even for the fall. I think we have to really be adapt to what's to come. So yeah, it's definitely been a quick transition. With having students on campus to having them not be on campus during this time.
Yeah, and like you said, it's rough for both parties: the students, the incoming freshmen, returning students, the professionals behind it, the instructors. Like everyone has had to adapt to this new way
Right.
of higher education. In your words, Antonio, do you think higher education will remain the same?
I don't think it will. I think what will happen, we will see, um, you know, enhancements in different areas throughout higher education because of this new norm. You as it relates to class sizes, on campus, as it relates to budgeting, as it relates to how homecomings on campuses, all kinds of different things, events on campus. So we're living in a new norm, and we're actually, I'm blessed to be a part of a task force now because we're really trying to see how can we, if not. Um, stay the same, but how can we increase and enhance when students arrive back on campus? Because even with dorms, can you have 2 or 3 students in a dorm? That those are conversations. Then you have the classroom sizes to be a conversation. So there's so many things. Even with the cafeteria, how are they preparing meals for the fall? So there's so many conversations in different pockets throughout the higher education arena. So, but yes, it's definitely going to be different. But I think we are definitely colleges across the country are really being strategic and really having those conversations on how they can still allow students to experience a full college experience when they come back on the campus.
Definitely. And you mentioned the word different, and it is different for everyone that's being affected by it. But you are truly a game changer in providing students in a different manner within your experience of being college ready by your book. And it is an awesome read, definitely an awesome read. But there we go. But hold that thought. We're going to be right back. We're going to talk about your book. We'll be right back.
Coming up, Antonio talks about his brand new book, College is Possible. Don't you go away. We'll be right back.
I'm just not college material. I am tired of school. I'm just not sure what I want to do after graduation. Sound familiar? Welcome to the Prelo Educational Institute. Our focus is to help young people prepare for life after high school. It's never too early to start planting the seed for education, career, and life overall. The Prelo Educational Institute is made up of the following 2 products. The first product is the book titled I Ain't Going to College, A Guide for Life After High School. This is the first book of a series that introduces middle and high school students to a young man struggling to find his way and make the decision about whether attending college is the right choice for him or not. The book has questions inside, and a supplemental curriculum can also be purchased. The newest product from the Prelo Educational Institute is our online course titled Preparing for Life After High School. In this course, students will learn about decision-making, self-confidence, accountability, self-awareness, and many other topics that speak to social-emotional learning. Young people will read a story about a young man who never gave up no matter what the circumstances were. The course is interactive and has questions, quizzes, and video. Do not wait until your child or student is a senior in high school to start planning. Enroll today. To enroll and learn more, please visit www.speakerauthormarlowe.com. Antonio Mercarella, CEO.
Welcome back, and we're still talking with Antonio McFarland. He just talked to us about his experience. We left off with his awesome new book. Show that book again, Antonio.
Woo, woo.
College is Possible. Now, tell us more about this book and where did this concept come from?
So, like I stated earlier, I started working in admissions at USC Sumter in Sumter, South Carolina. And of course, USC Sumter only recruited in a certain number of counties around Sumter. So what we did to be strategic and what we did as a recruiting tool, we would go into the high school English classes throughout the schools, throughout the surrounding counties, and we would do college planning seminars. So it will be a two-way street. We would help the students, but also help the guidance counselors by going in, doing college planning seminars. But we also would talk about USC Sumter and how, we could assist them if they didn't want to go off to college, they can come straight here to USC Sumter. So I got my first experiences doing college planning seminars at those schools. So at the time, when I would go, I would see students not prepared. I would see students, 12th graders, not really sure what they want to do, not really know about the college application process, the whole admissions process. So I will remember being in a classroom at Crestwood High School in Sumter. And after I finished my presentation, the teacher said, "Oh my gosh, you had their attention. You should write a book." And I was like, "What, really?" So never thought about it, kept doing it, And so I just kept hearing her, "You should write a book." Even, and this was years past, because I had already left USC Sumter, went to USC Beaufort, and still doing college planning seminars in high school, because it was just a great way to really help students, but also get the word out about the institution. And so it just resonated. You should write a book. So that's what I did. It took me 4 years of preparation to get this how I wanted it to be. And so, yeah, that's how I really got. I was not. I had no way of knowing that I was going to write a book. Like, that was far from my mind. But it was something that I saw so many students that looked like me, who came from similar backgrounds as me, and just did not know the process. And also, not only that, myself, at 12th grade, I had no clue what I was going to do. Had no clue. I didn't know anything about the process, but and even with some of the counselors in the school where I was attending, they didn't steer me to a 4-year college. They said, "Okay, just pick up a trade, get a certificate from a trade school, and just be done." So they stated that I was not college ready. I was not college material. And so when I would see all of these friends of mine receive college acceptance letters, and I was like, wait a minute. And so it allowed me to really be proactive, because I was the first in my family to go to college, and so I didn't know the process. And so I did a lot on my own. I researched scholarships. I researched the admissions requirements at the different institutions. And so at such a late in the game of me, I really still was proactive and found a school that gave me an opportunity. My GPA was not great. My ACT score was not good, but I met a requirement at a particular institution, and that was Claflin University, and they gave me the opportunity. And so that's what being in doing those college planning seminars as a high school, working as an admissions rep, really prompted me to write this book. And so College is Possible is my baby. It's a guide that walks them through the process on how to really what to look for, how to stay on track from 9th through 12th grade. It has tons of resources, tons of scholarship resources, tons of information. And so this book is really changing students' lives, because again, we have guidance counselors who have tons of loads of students to make certain that they graduate and get to what they want to do. So this is a tool, and I'm so excited because there's school districts that are purchasing this book to be used as a guide. So it's just exciting, man, and I'm just like grateful. But that's pretty much how that worked. That's how I got my start in getting.
I got you. That's your baby.
Hey,
that's your baby.
I love it. I love it.
Of course. So what makes your book different from what others are providing for students as well? What sets your book aside?
So like I stated, it took me 4 years to prepare for this book. So I did a lot of studying other college planning materials, college planning guides. And so what's different about this book is it's what you can actually keep this book and hold on to it, put it in your book bag, and really for 4 years really keep this handy. Not only that, it has where you can actually put in important information. Students love to, students kind of miss, they don't, they lose information. So this book, even with the important information, it allows them to write their SAT information, their Social Security, their College Board username, their and password, ACT username and password. So it's really user friendly, and it allows the students to understand, because not only that, I canvassed other admissions professionals that my colleagues, and so their tips are also in here. And also I surveyed students, college students, on what they wish they had known when they were in high school. And so their advice and tips are in this book as well. So it's really not only information, but it's inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And it really helps them understand that it's possible to go to college. And even if you don't have the proper people in place to help you, if you get this book, it will guide you through that process. What to look for in a college, when to apply to take the ACT or SAT, where those scholarships. I even have scholarship essays in here. I have different information. So I think I wanted it to be very, very friendly for the student, but also for the parent. You know what I'm saying? Because we also have parents who don't know the process, and I talk to tons of them all the time who freaks out. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And so this is a tool for them as well to help their child through the process.
It starts with the parent. Educating the parent, student will follow.
Absolutely.
Definitely. What are some of the since you're so well versed and you've been working in the field for so long, what are some things that you've seen that students or parents kind of mess up on within the process?
One of the things is the financial aid process. I think we have to do more seminars and more webinars to help them understand how to apply, when to apply. They get freaked out about promissory notes. They get freaked out about, oh my gosh, tax transcripts and all kinds of different things. So financial aid process is one. Also, I think students choose schools for all the wrong reasons. And so I think really helping them find a school where they fit and where they know that they can soar, that has all the resources available for them to be successful. So that's also another thing. But yeah, financial aid is definitely a top issue.
Yeah, definitely. I can relate to that. As you are, I am a first generation student myself, and I didn't realize that you're supposed to pay for college. Didn't know that.
Oh God. Well, and not only that, I think we've been pushing students to go to college, but not letting them know that you have to go through the process and you have to apply. You have to sometimes pay for the application fee if you can't get a waiver. Sometimes you're going to have to meet that mission. Well, you're going to have to meet that admissions requirement. So there's so many misconceptions that, and I think we've been pushing students to, go to college, but really not preparing them to go to college.
Right.
So
Definitely. Last words of encouragement. What would you say to students right now? They're going back to school maybe in August, in the fall. What would you say to them about preparing themselves for the next step after high school?
Well, I would tell them that they belong there. They deserve, and they worked hard, and if they gotten accepted into those institutions, they belong there. They deserve to be in that space. And I don't want them to feel like they don't deserve to be there, or they're not worthy. You're supposed to, if you did what you were supposed to do, you are right where you're supposed to be. Also, I would tell students to go with an open mind. You know, you're going to see students from all walks of life, from a diverse group of students. So embrace diversity. Not only that, I would tell students to go in and be ready to manage their time well. You know, when you go in, you have to manage your time well, because your parents are not there. It's not 13th grade. It's college. You're paying for college, and you're supposed to do what you need to do while you're there and graduate and go on to do better things. So I think that's another thing I would tell them. I will also tell them to not stay in their dorm room. You know, really get to know their administrators, get to know their professors, get to know the campus. You know what I'm saying? And get involved. Don't stay in your dorm room. Get involved, because this is all going to be good for the student, good for you in the development. Do internships. You understand? We don't want students to just go to college just to go to college. We want them to leave marketable. So in order to leave marketable, you have to get involved. You have to do internships. You have to do study abroad. You know what I'm saying? Get all of those experiences so that when it's time to apply to jobs, your resume is outstanding. Also, you know, everybody does not deserve a front row seat in your life. So when you go into college, understand that, you know, you have everyone, you know, when you go into as a freshman, it's so new and you're so excited and you're away from home, but everyone that you come into contact with does not deserve a front row seat in your audience. You understand? And so be careful and be conscious of who you hang with and who you include in your space. But also, I would tell them, hey, dream big. Anything is possible. And if they gotten to college, if they've gotten an opportunity to go off to college, they're not only representing themselves, they're representing their community. They're representing their church community. They're representing their family. You understand? So not only make them proud, make yourself proud, but also know that you're representing, and you're supposed to be there. But yeah, anything is possible. And I want to say congratulations to all of the students going into college as a freshman. This is an exciting time. It's going to be a great journey, and persevere, work hard, and go and set your goals so that you can set your goals up so you can accomplish them and attain those goals and do great things.
Well said. Well said. Definitely agree. How can they find you on social media, and how can they purchase that awesome book?
So they can find me on my website. It's www.antoniomcfarland.com. I do have a Facebook page. That's Antonio McFarland, MED. That's my public page. Also, if they want to reach me on Instagram, it's #1 Antonio McFarland. Everything has my name in it, so they can reach me. I'm excited. I am available for college planning seminars, webinars. I'm available anywhere that there's a student, youth ministry, youth groups, youth empowerment seminars. Anywhere where there's a youth involved, I would love to be in the forefront to just allow them to understand that college is possible.
I love it. Thank you so much, Antonio, for being on. You heard it here, everybody. Purchase the book. Awesome segue into entering into college and preparing you for that next step. Thank you so much, Antonio.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
The Finkley Experience is an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. We assist parents and their students with the college process. We train school administrators, and we also partner with colleges and universities to assist with their first-generation population. To learn more about our consulting firm and to purchase our book and workbook, please visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com. Whoa, welcome back. Time is already up. Oh my gosh. Where does the time go? I'm serious. Like, where does the time go? Like, when you're talking about awesome stuff, you're interested in, you're passionate about, time just flies. And I tell you, every time we come to the end of one of these shows, I'm just like, whoa, time's already up. I'm telling you, I have fun. And I hope that you're having fun too. Awesome information. Thank you so much, Mr. McFarland, for that awesome information. He went in depth about what he's passionate about. And I had to just, as I was interviewing him, I had to literally stop and just look. I'm like, oh my gosh, this man is passionate. And that's what I love. That's what gives me my juices too. You know, sometimes you may be feeling down and just discouraged, and you're going to get that way. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to get that way, especially when you're trying to build a brand. You're going to get that way. And you talk to someone else and you're just feeding off their juices. You're feeding off what they're giving you, right? And that's what I got in talking with Mr. McFarland. That was, I tell you, one of the best interviews I've ever had. And I thank you so much, Mr. McFarland, for just giving your all in everything that you do and preparing our students for college readiness. Thank you so much. On the next Michael Finkley, we have Dr. Eve Hudson. I tell you, love her to death. We have the same passions in helping our first generation students in preparing themselves for college and career ready. So definitely please be on the lookout for the next Michael Finkley as we talk with Dr. Hudson. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your week. And again, subscribe to our channel, the Michael Finkley Show via the Finkley Experience channel. There we go. A lot of Finkleys there, huh? But thank you so much for watching. Share this with someone. You know, I encourage you to share this information with others that are planning to go the college route. And if they're not sure, show it to them anyway. You may never know. They may change their mind. Okay? Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and we'll see you Monday.